Hey, this is CJ with CJatCompRCC.com, and in this series of videos I'm going to be assembling the new Team Associated B5m team kit. Okay, I wanted to do a little side-by-side. This is the B5m, this is the B4.1 factory team car. One of the things you can see immediately is a dramatic difference in the front end. The A-arms are a bit of a gull wing. That seems to be something that is being moved towards on a lot of the vehicles. Another item that is going to make a big difference, the size of these steering knuckles, the height of the camber block is dramatic. It looks like it's twice as large. That makes for less play, potentially, at the axle. Less up and down. It's going to make for a more precise handling. This has been slightly modified. It does have a 12mm hex conversion. These are B5 hubs. The chassis is almost an inch narrower. It's aluminum instead of the composite. Otherwise, the 12mm shocks are the same, but that seems to be where it ends. Everything else has been completely redesigned. The rear hubs are now much beefier. They've got substantially larger ball bearings. The drive shafts are a little bit longer because, as I showed in a previous video, the CV joint is actually embedded inside the inner bearing and runs on that bearing reese, versus these where the axle stub is longer because the CV joint is out here. And of course these nice new ball ends are going to make for a lot easier maintenance and easier to tune. Of course, the arrangement of the shock absorbers and the shock towers is different because this is a rear motor. I'm sure the B5, not being a mid-engine configuration, it's probably a little more similar to this. But I would also imagine that they've, as with this car, they've designed things so it comes apart a little easier. And another thing that I really liked about this kit, if you build it, you will notice how much easier it goes together because almost the entire car is 2mm. You use a 1.5mm for a couple of little set screws, the bleed screws, the little stop screws for the hinge pins. Other than that, everything, the ball studs, every screw is all 2mm. One wrench does most of the car.